It's time to pull those belts tight, race fans. The front stretch is coming at you, presented by Joe's Karting in Council Bluffs. Now, here's Dan Taylor and Dirk Houston.
Well, good morning to you, race fans, and welcome to the front stretch, presented by Joe's Karting at Council Bluffs, online at joeskarting.com. Boy, I can't say it enough. Joe's Karting is an indoor karting facility where the temperature is a balmy 55 degrees-ish. It is not negative 17 or negative 35 or negative or colder than Antarctica, as we were seeing on Facebook earlier last week. But Joe's Karting, indoor karting facility. Get over to Joe's today, do some fast-paced white-knuckle racing. And if you're looking for some part-time work, maybe get a little scratch after the holidays, give Buddy over at Joe's Karting a call, and they are always hiring new track marshals. Track marshals, yep, that's it. So give them a call today.
I need to get over and talk to Buddy. Now that I was at St. Louis, I think if they put a layer of dirt down on that track, it would be pretty cool. I
don't think I'm releasing any family secrets here, but they have often talked about building a dirt track on their property, and it's never really come together quite right because, a lot of things have to line up just right, and quite frankly, they have to find a way to make it financially stable. So,
I'm sure there's some city permits and other stuff they're going to have to come up with.
Yeah, like that G. Remember the G story? We'll have to talk about that some other time.
Yeah.
But, big show lined up for you today for the first show of 2018. We're a little peppier today, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
I got a little energy in me for the kickoff of the new
Iowa
year.
won their bowl game. Nebraska didn't lose theirs.
That's a good one. That is a good one. Although your coach won a national championship, apparently.
Apparently, he's getting a nice big bonus for it. My whole thought, though, is I did watch the press conference where he kind of slammed the bowl committee a little bit. No, a lot of it. I'm just hoping that he's not bruising himself at Nebraska already.
Yeah, that you kind of wonder if maybe he stepped on some toes there and might have made some people mad. But like I said, it's just good to look back, sit back, and finally watch another sport eat itself, because dirt racing and NASCAR do a really good job of eating our own and destroying our own sport. And it's good to see another sport doing it. All right, the show for you today: Cody Ledger,
Coachy Ledger,
Code Red Cody Ledger will join us in turn 2, driver of the 47 race saver for Stan Caesar Racing, and I'm not going to say the car number because it's a part of the trivia question coming up, but the Associated Fire Protection 360 sprint car. He's going to be joining us in turn 2 to talk about his 2017 season. We're gonna try not to dwell on some certain aspects of the season that he'd rather not remember, but we're going to cover quite a bit of it. And then in turns 3 and 4, it's cruise control basically for the hosts. Mike Boston joins us to talk about his career. I didn't know it, but until he came down to Quaker Steak and Lube and told us all about it, I didn't realize he was a motocross guy for the beginning of his career.
Yeah, well, it's kind of weird. We got both Cody and Mike Boston going to be on the show today, and they were both started out in motocross.
Yep.
And ended up in open-wheel cars, and kind of weird for us having an open-wheel show to start 2018.
Yeah, not very typical, but we're going to, and I think we go late models next weekend, right? We've got Gordy Gundaker in the bank for turn 2 next weekend, and then we're working on getting Kevin Gundaker, his dad, for the Legends of the Dirt Series in 3 and 4.
Hall of Fame dirt track driver that anybody my age will definitely remember this guy.
All right, so that's coming up for today's show. Right now, we're going to kick off our year of giving away with a big one. Now, we have 3 different types of Bobby Pierce hero cards, and you're going to be able to pick from any one of them. There's a purple Joker card, which I think is the one that he won at Eldora.
Really cool.
It is really cool. We have a couple of those that you can win. Well, you pick. We have a couple of them in the bank. You can pick one of them. We also have a red, which is his red late model car, and then we have one that is his Camping World Truck Series when he drove for the Mittler Brothers, and then the second one, and on that same one is his late model, the number 32. The question to win today's prize, which is an autographed Bobby Pierce hero card, what number was on the side of the truck that Bobby Pierce drove at Eldora for the Mittler Brothers? Real simple. Mittler Brothers drives this truck every once in a while, several times throughout the Camping World Truck Series schedule, and Bobby drove it at Eldora for the last 2 years. What number was on the side of that truck? You got that number, 402-573-0590. You're going to win yourself an autographed Bobby Pierce hero card, and you're going to be able to pick from one of 3 different designs: the purple Joker card, the red late model, or the red Camping World Truck Series and late model hero card, all autographed by the Bobby Pierce himself. So 402.
And it's not the number on Bobby Pierce's late model car. It's the number on the truck that he drove at Eldora
for the Mittler Brothers. brothers. 402-573-0590. Keep that number handy because in turn number 2, we're also going to give away a Cody Ledger hero card, and that's going to have we're going to have another question for that we're going to ask here coming up in just a little bit. Well, once again, it's that time of the year. Short turn 1s, so that way we can have long turn 2s, turn 3s, and turns 4s. So we're going to wrap it up for today. I want to say a big thank you to Joe's Karting for presenting the front stretch. Thanks to Kosiski Auto Parts and Sarah, Kelly, and Sewell for sponsoring the Young Gun. This weekend, it was the number 95 of Ashley Schaff, who's a A-Mod racer throughout the area. If you want to find any of our shows, you can find them on YouTube. We're going to come back in turn number 2. Code Red Cody Ledger will join us to talk about his 2017 season and plans for 18. We'll be back here on the front stretch.
We all have that coworker that runs their mouth off at how great they are. They shot a 5 under par, 95-mile-an-hour fastball, bench press 375, brah. Wouldn't you love to shut them up by schooling them at Joe's Karting? Council Bluffs' premier indoor karting track, professionally designed so each corner is your opportunity to embarrass your coworker. Call Buddy for your next company outing at 712-256-5278. Joe's Karting, white knuckle racing just across the river on 23rd Avenue next to AMC 17.
This week's Young Gun on the front stretch is 24-year-old Ashley Schaff. Ashley's grown up around racing, watching her grandpa and great-grandpa race all over the Midwest. At the age of 13, Ashley started her career in cage karts, and after 6 seasons, she moved into the Sport Mod class where she won Rookie of the Year honors at I-80 Speedway. In 2016, she started racing a modified full-time where she earned a top 10 points finish at Beatrice Speedway. Someday she hopes to qualify for the IMCA Super Nationals and put all those other drivers in their place. Behind her, outside of racing, Ashley loves to read a good book, exercise, and travel. Instead of being a beach bum, she's working hard to earn money for the 2018 race season, where she plans on racing as many regional specials as she can while competing weekly at Junction Motor Speedway and Buena Vista Raceway. Keep your eye out for this week's Young Gun, Ashley Schaff, behind the wheel of the number 95 Sartisons Racing, Rev Racing, Big Deal Car Care Modified at a dirt track near you. Thanks to Kosiski Auto Parts for presenting this week's Young Gun on the front stretch.
For almost 70 years, Sarah, Kelly, Sewell have been Nebraska's premier personal injury firm. Race drivers, fans, and their families have been calling Sunset Speedway's Craig Kelly for over 30 years. The IKS firm focuses first on your healing and appropriate medical care, then they focus on getting you great results. Craig Kelly and his experienced team at IKS stand ready to handle your injury claims in both Nebraska and Iowa. If you or a loved one have been injured, Google Craig Kelly or call him at 402-391-4000.
We're hooked up in turn 2 and still showing the green flag on the front stretch.
Welcome back to the front stretch. Heading into turn number 2, brought to you by Quaker Steak and Lube, the official watering hole of the front stretch. Time to talk with our spotlight of the week, our driver of the week, Cody Ledger. And by the way, we have an autographed Cody Ledger hero card that we want to give away today as a part of our Year of Giving. We've dubbed 2018 the Year of Giving Away. Frankly, we've got way too many things in the prize vault, and we want you to have them. So if you want to be the proud recipient of a Cody Ledger autographed hero card, all you got to tell me is what car number does Cody drive? 402-573-0590. We'll give you a hint. There is a letter and a number. I need both of them. 402-573-0590. Cody, how you doing, bud?
Not too bad.
Been a busy couple of weeks for you, getting ready for the Chili Bowl and getting your midget all ready to go. How's that been going?
It's been going pretty good. We haven't really done nothing to it. We ran early in the year and had a little issue and fixed it. And between that and just getting cars ready for the 2018 season, that's pretty much what we've been doing since October, November.
Yeah, right after the 2017 season wrapped up.
As soon as it's done, we start back and start turning them down again.
Yeah, it doesn't take much, does it? I want to talk a little bit about your 2017 season. It was kind of a tale of two seasons. Some weeks you had really good, strong, looked like you're really building on your career, and then other weeks it just looked like you couldn't get out of your way. And not necessarily, I don't mean that like a talent level. You're obviously a talented guy, but simple breaks, other drivers, there were some issues with other drivers not really paying you the respect they should have. You had some issues that got pretty frustrating.
Yeah, we started the year off on the wrong foot. Had an accident at I-80, turned around and had another one at Lakeside. The Lakeside one really kind of put us at a stopping point as a driver and with my dad, and we had a little bit of a coming to Jesus, and I was pretty much ready to call her quits for the season, just regroup, and maybe just stick to running Nebraska 360s and nothing else. But on the way home, he kind of called me up to the cab of the truck, and we were just talking, and he's like, "Dude, you're fast. He goes, it's not like you're wrecking, falling back, or you're getting ran over. You're wrecking because you're passing cars, you're moving forward. He goes, we just got to figure out what we got to do to get you more comfortable with the race car and how we get the race car adapted to that for how you drive it.
Yeah.
And after that, we put the car together the following Friday night, went out Saturday and ran second at Park Jeff. After that, it just kind of seemed like everything kind of clicked. I changed my driving style a little bit.
What'd you do?
Just drive it straighter. Not try like I'm driving a midget. Oh. And it helped a lot. Kind of took over my own shock program, working with Marcus Kennedy at Speedway Shocks. He's really helped us turn around our program. After that, it's just been simple communication that I think is key. Everyone that helps us, whether it's one guy, two guys this week, or 3 or 4 guys the following week, they all kind of know what their job is and what they need to do and what I need them to do and what I want as adjustments on the car.
Well, you hear, like on NASCAR on Sundays, a lot of times that there's a language that crew chiefs and drivers have to create between the two so that when they say the car's tight, the crew chief has to understand, well, how tight does that mean? Does it mean really tight, wrecking tight, little tight? And that's kind of the same thing for you guys with your crew. When you come in and tell them something, they have to understand your nuances to where they can make adjustments to the car.
Yeah, that is right. I personally like a little bit of a tighter car, but that also can hurt you if you get too tight in the feature because you won't have the speed towards the end, and that's kind of bit us in the butt a few times in the middle of the year towards the end that we had a little bit tighter car. We weren't as fast as we could be in the start of the race, but the last 10, 15 laps is when we really came on. And it actually cost us 2 races.
Yeah. And getting comfortable with the car, like you said before, that it's a double-edged sword because the only way to get more comfortable with the car is to race more. And you were at a point where you were probably low on funds for that time to be able to put a car together, to be able to put quality equipment together. And when your dad's sitting there saying, we just got to get you comfortable with the car, and you're thinking, what car?
Yeah, It was a rough start. That's all. Yeah.
But it turned around. I mean, you had some really good runs, and you got some big accolades from some big time drivers. Terry McCarl was one of them that talked about it. After was it the Midwest Fall Brawl or was it the Silver Dollar Nationals?
The Thursday night portion of the Silver Dollar Nationals.
Thanks. And he gave you big praise because you ended up running him down, passing him, but he was able to get by you in turns 3 and 4 and hold you off for the last lap.
Yep, that was one of those experience. Deals right there. I should have came down and kind of took the air off his nose wing, and I didn't. I stuck true to where I was running and how I passed him the lap before, and he kind of just dove in there on the bottom, just slid up. It wasn't dirty by no means. I mean, he cleared me, but just enough to where I had to back off the throttle and lost all my momentum, and that was going to the checkered flag.
Yeah. So a good race there, but that had to kind of be a good building block for you as the year was going on.
It was. We had some real great runs before that. Even that Thursday before the Silver Dollar Nationals, we ran second Terry McCarl. Then we actually had a second that Thursday, a second Friday, and actually ended up getting the win on Saturday.
You're kind of a superstitious guy, right?
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
It depends.
I heard a story.
On the night.
I heard a story of I think it was at Eagle. You had another rough night, and I remember hearing something about you walking into your hauler, grabbing your helmet, and throwing it over to Sperano.
We drove like crap in the heat race. That was my fault. I mean, I was in a transfer spot and was running the bottom, and there wasn't a place to be, and I got passed by 2, 3, 4, I don't know. Did a crappy job. And put us in the back of the B main with the Yahoos, and a couple cars got together, had nowhere to go, tangled up, and got drove over after that. Yeah. My dad even told me before we went out for the B main he goes, give me that helmet. You're not running that helmet. Yeah. That thing is bad luck. Bad luck. I'm like,
it was a green helmet.
Quit your gripe. And they go, I don't believe in that crap. Well, sure. We got tangled up and.
Sure as what?
Crap.
Don't worry, I got it.
And I gave my brother my helmet. When I was getting out of the car, my dad took it from him and was getting ready to throw it on the ground. He said, I'm tired of this thing. Yeah. We're getting rid of it. Well, my brother, saving the helmet for him, he took it, and it just happened to be that John Soprano with Helmet Head was there.
John, yeah.
And he's been doing my helmets the last few years. And my dad gave it to him. He goes, I don't care what it costs. Get the green off. I want a new design. He goes, I'll pay cash for it.
That's a big one. No green at the racetrack. And no green on the suit, no green in the car, and you violated it.
A lot of teams are that.
Yes, but we still, for the last few years, we've actually had green on the car. Yeah. It was one of our sponsors, Associated Fire, They actually have the fire symbol actually has a green in it, and he actually that's one thing he wanted to stay true to the color was the green because it actually there's 3 colors in the symbol. I don't remember what they all mean, but each one has a different meaning onto what causes fire.
Yep.
And what suppresses them.
And it was a good looking helmet. It was a nice green fiery helmet.
It had a glow in the dark.
Yeah.
It was cool.
It was a cool helmet. And so he ground it down, and I think it's pink now.
No. It's orange and black.
Okay. All right.
It actually did a real good job with the real crappy start of the season. We had he painted a monkey.
Yeah.
On the back of it with the middle finger on it. They call it the Monkey Slayer. So
you can't even. Nobody can really see it when you're in the car, right?
No.
Okay.
My next one he does, we'll make it so it's visible. We might even have to put it on the new car. With just a monkey. It's like where my name is on that side.
Yeah.
That side deal. Might just have to put a monkey with the middle finger up there.
There you go. That's a little bit. I mean, you kind of got to have that attitude of like, hey, F you a little bit, because you got to have an aggressive attitude in a sprint car.
Yeah. Yep.
Right.
Oh yeah. Definitely. If you don't have an aggressive attitude, if you're not aggressive, you're gonna get drove over.
Yeah.
And, we definitely should.
Just ask Danica.
Yeah.
She's got an aggressive attitude after the fact. Not before. That might have been some of her problems. All right. Ended 2017 on a good. I think you finished top 5 in points for Nebraska 360s.
We fell way back. I mean, it was not looking good. We really had high hopes of running, possibly very well winning the championship this year. And with the first 2 nights we had that accident, and the following night we had a clogged fuel filter with some dirty fuel. With that being said, we fell way. I think we had 40 cars.
Yeah.
So we're like waiting 40th in points. We had no points, and we ended up digging ourselves out of a deep, deep hole. We ended up finishing 3rd for the 3rd year in a row.
Wow.
But I mean, we chased Nebraska 360 points. We had 2. We ran Knoxville. We ran the Nationals, which we won't talk about. We ran the week before the Nationals. We won't talk about.
Okay.
But the first 2 nights we went to Knoxville, we had a 9th and we had a 9th the first week we went there, and we had a 5th the second night we went there. So we've been strong in Knoxville this year. We've been strong with the Nebraska 360s this year. I don't think we finished outside the top 10 with the MSTS. I think we've actually had more top 5s finishes than we've had top 10 finishes. So once we got over that little hump we had, we really stride as a team.
And picked up a couple of wins.
Yes, 3 wins.
Yeah. And did you get one in the 305 in the 47 at St. Caesar?
No, ran second.
Ran second. Okay.
Ran second at the very last race.
I honestly cannot wait to the day you win with his car, because that is going to be the happiest I'll ever see that guy. He is so ready for you guys to put
I think you've been really excited just seeing the car that night we ran second on the front stretch.
Yeah, I get such a kick out of Stan, because he's normally just kind of a very subdued, easygoing guy. But man, when he's watching that 47 take laps, he is he's like a little kid in a candy store again.
Yeah, like you said, Stan owns the car, and he's being the second year I ran this car, and the first year we did all right. We just didn't have the motor did not run. Other than this year, we got it, and it was running a little better. But then we were going to the 305 Nationals. We had a motor. We had Speedway Motors build us 305. It's a great piece. And we're hot lapping. We're just trying to get the car figured out. Got some shocks on it. And some guy out of Texas had his head where the sun don't shine.
I got my finger on the beep button. If it
drove
slips.
right in the side of us. It was bad. Junked the car. Got it back to the trailer. Went back to the shop and spent the next 16 hours putting a brand new car. A car that isn't meant to be a 305. It's a 88-inch car that everyone said that you'll never get it to work. Well, the first night we were still trying to work the bugs out of it, trying to figure out the setup for the 305. The second night we locked in for the main event. Went from like 24th to 12th. And the following week we ran and went from 8th to 2nd. Yeah,
great, good run in that 47 car. And do you expect to be back in it again this year?
Yep, we plan on running a few times this year.
Well, good. You had with the 47, didn't you have some engine problems early? Because I know we sat with Stan when they had the truck race at Eldora, and you guys had engine tear down and
we had a motor
issues.
when we first got it, and we sent it off to somewhere else, and thought we had an issue fixed on it. We changed some stuff, and we ended up breaking another cam or rolling a cam over. Took it back, and that's when we had Speedway fix it. We had Speedway fix it. Why Speedway was fixing it, we also rented a motor. And that thing flattened the cam. And we just had some bad luck with the first 2 motors we had. We sent that first motor off to get fixed, and that's the one we have right now. That's the one that runs pretty good.
Good. All right, going to the Chili Bowl, ready to go race that. You've raced it for the last couple of years, right?
Yes.
And excited to go back down there again?
Yes and no.
Why no?
No, because I think my dad had it added up the last few years. It's like $600 per lap.
Jeez.
Well, I mean, if we talked to a couple other people, and you got to draw there. If you don't draw there, you're toast.
If you can't draw very well, it's not necessarily what you draw. It's also who you draw. You could draw great and start first and finish first, but if there's a guy that started way in the behind you that started and finished second or third, he's gonna have more points than you.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all, like I say, it's all luck of the draw. You got to draw good. If you don't draw good, you got to at least draw people that are a little bit, hopefully have a little bit easier heat race than those that don't.
Yeah.
So you can get your passing points.
So you can get your passing points in there. All right, that's going on. Let's see. This coming, I think it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Saturday be the main feature, and then